Okay, everybody, it's Friday, right? Hello, Trader TV. You are the boss. You are the boss, Trader. Just give me a second, everybody. Had an alarm. I need to check a position. Okay. Just give me a second. One more, right? So, and it's Friday, right? Everything it's normal, right? You know, people screaming, it's Friday. Okay, everybody, so this is Fxpassion broadcasting you live on TradingView. Happy Friday, everybody. This is Forex Trader Course 101. If this is your first time, what we are trying to do here, we are trying to build three pillars of a beginner trader. Pillar number one is the strategy and or system. Pillar number two is the risk management. We are trying to understand how risk management works inside our strategy and or system. And the big one is the psychology part. We are trying to understand how psychology works in our risk management, in our strategy and or system. And we are in the beginner module, everybody. So if this is your first time, please go back and check the recordings. Remember, Forex market worldwide. Risk disclaimer, the webinars are not trading or investment advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. Don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose. For questions or homeworks, TradingView house rules apply. You can contact me in private chat. And never forget, having two skills is better than one. Having three skills is better than two, especially in times of uncertainty, and trading is a learnable skill. That being said, let's go jump to the charts. So today's lesson 22, right? How to trade pivot points in a downtrend. Everybody, do you have any questions about the lesson from yesterday? How to trade pivot point? Everybody, do you have any questions on how to trade pivot points in an uptrend before we move forward? How to trade pivot points in a downtrend? If not, we're going to move right together and downtrend down. What would be the example, right? What would be the example? How to trade pivot points in a, well, let's go on EuroDCAT, EuroCAT, everybody, EuroCAT, right? EuroCAT monthly chart first. EuroCAT monthly chart. Or maybe not the best, right? Maybe not the best, but still okay. How to trade pivot points in a downtrend. So we need to find downtrend, everybody. Okay. Monthly chart and click here. So TradingView has a great feature, everybody. You can click on drawings. Okay. So we are going to draw support, resistance, and pivot point on EuroCAT. And so this would be support, right? Green. This would be support here, green. This would be support here, green. Come on, TradingView, click. This would be support in here. This would be support in here, right? And the next one, it's a pivot point. So pivot point here, everybody. Pivot point here. Course, pivot point in here. Pivot point in here. Pivot point, not a pivot point in here. Pivot point in here. Highs and lows. Pivot point in here. Pivot point in here too. highs and lows, pivot point in here too. And what else? Highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows, not a pivot point, not a pivot point. No, not a, I think we are done for this one. Oh, another pivot point in here. And start to see maybe we are missing pivot points. 1, 2, high to low, low to high, high to low, low to high, and one more pivot point is here. And okay, great. Just for this session, right? So okay, one more up in here, right? So, and if we're going, we need this one too. And if we are going to this level 1, 2, let me see, this is a pivot point 2, pivot point in here, pivot point in here from the past, right? Time Freezer, hello, how are you? DMW, hello, Zuelius. Boss, you are the boss, no? Okay, everybody, so lesson 22, how to trade pivot points in a downtrend, right? EuroCAD monthly chart, it's in an up structure, right, everybody? Extension, retracement, extension, retracement. Okay, everybody? So we are going to trade pivot points in a downtrend. Remember, beginner traders, you know, that many times on the higher time frame, we are going to have an up structure, up market wave, everybody. The market is going to make higher lows, but then it's going to reverse and is going to start to make a retracement. And this part on the smaller time frame, it's a downtrend. Make sense? It's a downtrend. So not from the monthly, not from the weekly necessarily, but we have downtrends here on the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart. Sideways movement and downtrend here too. And we have downtrends here too. Make sense, everybody? Because this is an up retracement, the market is going to push down, is going to make lower lows, lower highs. Is going here too, is going to make lower lows, lower highs, and is going to push down here too. It's going to make lower low, lower highs. Everybody, this is from the previous lessons, right? TV says yes. Okay, great. So what we're going to do, I'm going to delete this one because I want to find the circle on the 1 hour chart. So I'm going to delete this one and I'm going to delete this one. So let's go on the 1 hour chart, EuroCAD, right? 1 hour chart. Let's see if I'm not too far away. If we are not too far away. Well, looks like we are. So let's go here one more time. And I'm going to change to the 2 hour chart. One more time. We are far away, right? Let me see if TradingView can compress the chart. Let me see if TradingView can compress the chart. Not this one, not this one, not this one. Okay, we found it, everybody. We're going to delete this one, and this is the circle. Circle and extend. Data, but remember the market's making hard highs, hard lows, right? In here. So the market broke the uptrend line, right? And remember, we don't see the future. We don't see the future. And here is the question one more time, you know, similarly to yesterday. Here is the question. Market is going to highs, lower lows, lower highs, going to hit the floor, is going to react before it's going to break through, retest the down pivot point, and is going to move forward. And there is an area, everybody. So this is the monthly pivot point one more time. Yes, today is the same lesson, just in a reverse. So this is the monthly pivot point. And here is the question, you know, maybe this entry in here was not the best one, right? Why not? Because we are at the pivot point. And yesterday we saw we were making fun of we imagined two traders, Adam and Eve, you know, and we measured what would be the result. Adam was not respecting the pivot points, and Eve it did. So today we're going to do the same, just in reverse. Okay, so today we are going to have from Brazil, and I am respecting the pivot points, and we're going to have Marina. I am going to enter everywhere, or like I don't the pivot points. Okay, everybody, just in reverse today. So the market's moving up and down, up and down, up and down, sideways, you know, market is here, moving up, you know, from one pivot point to another. Now, one more time. Thank you very much. And the market is moving up, making, okay, great. So it's normal, right? It's Friday. Friday, the dogs are barking, you know, people are yelling. It's Friday. It's Friday, right? You know, financial assets are broken levels. It's normal. It's Friday. Do we agree, everybody, that the market broke the, and we want to see a downtrend? Okay, we are here. Do we agree, everybody, that the market broke the uptrend line on EuroCAD 2-hour chart, and that the market's making lower lows, lower highs, right? Do we agree on this, everybody? No. Yes? Okay, now we are going to zoom in, and the market's falling down, and 1, 2, 3, let's zoom in, and so this is a breakout entry, everybody, right? The market didn't retrace, but it's a breakout entry, right? Okay, and remember, this is a pivot point down here, right? Compared to the other, to the distance, where is the, let me see. So up in here, everybody, we have the pivot point, and look at the distance, right? This, and yesterday it was Adam and Eve. Today is TV says yes, DMW yes, Pickle says yes. Today is João and Marina. Okay, João is respecting the pivot point. Marina doesn't care. Okay, so Marina is going to enter this trade, and let's see what is going to happen. You know, oh my gosh, and let's see, right? Let's see what is going to happen. And remember, Marina, she doesn't care, right? So this could be a counter trend line break to enter the market. This could be a, one more time, this could be a counter trend line, right? We are near the down pivot point and the market is falling, right? And let me see how this is going to end. So what happened is yesterday, everybody, Marina won, right? So Marina won. Okay, Marina won 1-0. He didn't lose. He just didn't enter this trade. So let's see the next one, everybody. Sideways, and we are here. And do we have an entry? Right? Do we have an entry in here? 1, 2, 3. Counter trend line break. Yes. We have another one in here, right? Counter trend line break. So one more time, you know, Marina doesn't care. João, it's not taking this kind of trades because João is telling, you know, we have the pivot point up in here and we have the pivot point down in here. So the distance between the two is too far. So João is expecting the market to react to the pivot point. What would happen next? You know, Marina is happy and whoops. What happened this time? Marina is back to 0. -1 equals 2, right? And João, as yesterday was Eve, you know, making fun of Adam. Today is João making fun of Marina, you know, like, oh, you won last time, but now you just gave back to the market, right? So let's see. We are looking for a downtrend, everybody. And one more time, pivot point on the 2-hour chart. The market's making lower lows, lower highs. And we are here, right? And we have an entry here, counter trend line break, right? It's a respectable entry, everybody. You know, counter trend line break, bearish candlestick formation, bearish candle. You know, so one more time, Marina is going to enter. She doesn't care. And João is not going to enter. Let's see how this is going to play out. You know, the market was falling, right? And let's see about the reaction. Whoa. Marina won one more time. So back in the game, João didn't enter. Marina, so +1. Marina is happy, right? Marina is happy, she won. And this was a breakout, you know, those pivot points are. And together, let's find another, a more appropriate. Okay, so we are here. Next in line, the market is falling down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. So one more time, this is an entry. Counter trend line break, the market making lower lows, lower highs, right? Marina is going to enter. João is not. Pickles, for clarification, does a counter trend require 3 candles? Answer is no. It requires just one closed body on the other side of the trend line. Okay, Pickles? You just need one candle closed. The body of the candle must be closed on the other side of the counter trend line. So back to the pivot points in a downtrend, everybody. You know, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what is going to happen. And what is happening, everybody? One more time. Marina's result, everybody. What is Marina's result? Marina entered. You're welcome, everybody. Just ask questions if you want. Happy Friday. What happened with Marina? Marina entered 4 trades near the pivot points from the monthly result. And everybody, did you do the homework from yesterday? I told you yesterday, if you are serious about trading, and there is no right or wrong, but if you are serious about trading, and if you choose to use pivot point support and resistance, just do this exercise on the time frame of your choice and put out the statistic. How would be your trading different if you would not enter near the pivot points from the monthly? Did you do the homework, everybody? Did you do the homework? So what's the difference between Marina? Marina was working like crazy, right? He would enter 4 times. Did she make any money? Still revising, great. Did Marina make any money, everybody? She entered 4 trades. João was just having fun, playing with the kids, watching TV, whatever, you know. I did the half with the rules, missed the comparison part. No, great. Okay, everybody. So what is your conclusion about the pivot points? Can we trade like this? Yes, we can, right? But does this make sense to you? DMW says no. Does this make sense to you to trade like this, everybody? Enter near the... And today's Friday, everybody. Let's make this class fun. Who is courageous enough and type in the chat a losing trade? Who has courage and type in the losing trade? Like, I entered this currency pair in this area, this time frame, and I lost in here. Remember, don't be shy. There is no right or wrong, you know. Don't be scared. Who would share a losing trade? If nobody wants to share, I'm going to share my losing trade. It's not a problem. But remember, everybody, it's not about me. It's about you. Okay? And share a losing trade. We can check the currency pair and the time frame and figure out, was your entry against or near a pivot point? And this is the ongoing homework for the beginner trader. Okay, ongoing homework. Okay, every time that I lose, I am going to check if my trade was near some support / resistance / pivot point from the... Okay, ongoing homework. Every time that I lose, I'm going to check if my trade was near some support, resistance, pivot point from the monthly chart. Okay, nobody's going to share. Okay, let me check, everybody. I'm going to share my losing trade. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, just give me a second. Not... Just give me a second, everybody. I need to find a loser. I have losers too, you know. And okay, just give me a second. Okay, so okay, everybody, found the loser. Okay, we are going to go on NZDCHF, and this is the 2-hour chart, right? I entered on the 25th at, just give me a second, everybody. This was a loser. and like this, and like this, and coordinates. I entered long at 67505. Where are we? 67, right? 675. Okay, great. I entered in here, everybody, but this is, well, it's an area, right? Maybe it's not the best example, everybody, but I entered here. Okay, I entered here, counter trend line break, you know, this was the entry, and as you can see, everybody, I lost on this one, right? It's not the perfect example to teach, because it would be preferably if the market would be somewhere in here and then it's going to reverse, but still the same, you know. This is why, because monthly pivot points are not lines, are areas, right? So I entered this trade and it reversed and I lost. And out of the, you know, making sense out of the loser, I give this reaction to the pivot point, right? Because when I entered, of course, I didn't see the future, and the market was constantly, you know, this was not the first entry I did, but the market was constantly pushing higher and higher and higher. Make sense? From the daily chart, from the weekly chart, from the monthly chart, you know, it was making higher highs, higher lows, and then another uptrend line, something like this, and another uptrend line, something like this, you know, and there you go. So going long near a pivot point, everybody, so here is a pivot point, didn't respect, didn't react, right? Here was another entry, you know, at the area of the pivot point, you know, but this was my loser. This was my loser, and technically speaking, you know, why the market reached at the pivot point, right? Did you do a series of trades here? Yes, sir. This week I made a series of trades on most of the CAG pairs: AUD CHF, NZD CHF, GBP CHF. But let's focus on the lesson, everybody. This is not about me, it's about you. You know, if you, who is courageous, you know, just don't be afraid. We all have losing trades time to time, everybody. Okay, so the lesson today is the losing trade, you know, was there a reaction on the pivot point? Yes. And here is the question, you know, a beginner trader would ask, well, why did you enter in here? You know, and the simple answer, so I didn't enter in here, everybody, but I entered in here. Why is that? Because the market broke through, right? This was the thinking process, everybody, that I had. The market broke through this pivot point, so this was an entry for me. But because pivot points and support resistance levels from the monthly are not lines, are areas, so this reaction, you know, I'm going to check the higher scale. This reaction was attributed to the pivot point. Make sense? And if we go on the NZD CHF weekly, daily, okay, and if we go on the weekly here, let's put up the chart, you know, and let's delete the quadrants, everybody. This is the trade I was talking about. Delete, 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 delete. I'm deleting the drawings, not to delete everything, you know. From the weekly chart, you know, why is the market retracing, technically speaking? Yeah, we didn't learn about the Fibonacci's, but beginner traders, from what we have learned so far, right? Talking about support, resistance, pivot points, market structure, extension, retrace, extension, market retracing right now. What would you say? Market wave, extension, retracement, extension. So direction, it's easy, right? Timing, it's a little bit challenging, right? Because it has two. Yes, it hit the pivot point. Chibo says yes. Okay, so it hit the pivot point from the monthly and it's reacting right now. Make sense, everybody? So this is the homework. Every time that you lose a trade, everybody, just try to figure out. It doesn't matter on 15-minute chart or chart. Just try to find out, was the market near a pivot point? Make sense? And remember, if you're going to use pivot points, everybody, just follow the rules. So how to trade pivot points? Let's find the blank space. You know, so this is a pivot point. The market is going to make lower lows, lower highs, is going to hit the floor, reaction, is going to break through, you know, and then is going to retest. Okay, and this is the monthly pivot point. Okay, now this in here will be no trade zone. Okay, no trade zone near the pivot point. If you want, right? If you want, you can reject this. It's called the no trade zone. Okay, no trade zone. So how to trade the pivot points, everybody? Rules. Okay, number one, wait for the market to break the pivot point. Number two, wait for the market test the pivot point from the other side. Number three, enter after the retest with the CTB stands for counter trendline break. Okay, those are the rules on how to trade the pivot point, in this case a down pivot point. Okay, wait for the market to break the pivot point. This would be number one. So here is number one for the beginner trader. Wait for the market to retest. So this is number two, and let's color code this in okay, where are we here? Let's color code this in orange. Okay, this would be number two. Orange line. Okay, retest is the orange line. And three, enter after the retest with down. Okay, so three would be the black line. Three stands for counter trendline break. There you go. Okay, everybody. Any questions so far? Any questions about the 1, 2, 3? Any questions? And it's Friday, right? Dogs are barking, people yelling, market breaking levels, you know. No question for me, okay? Everybody, is this an entry strategy that you can use as a beginner trader? Type in the chat. We have 10 more minutes, everybody. We are not going to spend an hour. It's Friday. CTB counter trend line break. Keja, counter trend line break. CTB counter trend line break. Pickle says yes. DNW, yes it is. Okay, everybody, tell me a currency pair that you like. Remember, first comes, first is served. Okay, we are going to do 10 more minutes and then we are done. It's Friday, right? AUD USD, okay. AUD USD, AUD USD, and like this, right? And great. AUD USD, AUD USD, okay. Delete, 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 delete. And let's try to find something, right? Delete, delete, come on, delete, delete. Okay, so we are here right now, right? What would be a great example? Delete, delete, delete. Delete this one, delete this one, delete this one, delete, 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 delete. Okay, so we are here. This is the 1 hour chart, maybe the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart, okay. Pickles first, DNW if we have time, GBP USD. Okay, so if this would be the case, everybody, okay, we would not, it's a downtrend, okay, but just quickly, you know, so this is a no trade zone, okay, we would wait for the breakout up in here, and we would wait for the market to retest, so to go long if you want. Remember, these webinars are not trading or investment advice, but if the next counter trend line break happens, everybody, and if you see higher highs, higher lows, then this would be the entry on the pivot point. Make sense? AUD USD for our chart. This would be the no trades at the pivot point from the monthly, no trade zone. We would wait for the market to react. Here is the reaction, breakthrough. The market broke through up. It would retest the pivot point area. Remember, it's not a line. And once the market breaks the counter trend line with higher highs, higher lows, not just one high and then it's going to fall. We learned from the previous lessons how to conform a trend. We need higher highs, higher lows. Okay, then this would be the entry. And in a downtrend, right? Let me find a downtrend. Downtrend. There you go. This is a nice example here, Pickles, and everybody else. Nice example. So we don't see the future, right? We don't see the future, and this would be the no trade zone. We would wait for the market to retest. Okay, and we would enter on the next counter trend line break with lower lows, lower highs one more time. Okay, so high to low, low to high, high, low. Where is the entry? High to low, low to high. Everybody. So as you can see, this is a no trade zone. What happened, right? No trade zone. the market pushed through, went back to retest, and then went here to retest one more time the pivot point, AUD USD 4-hour chart, and talking about a counter trend line break. This is the counter trend line, and starting from here, right, high to low, high to, or maybe this low. If not the first counter trend line break, everybody, then this would be the entry in here. Make sense? So for now, we do not trade it. Chibu. Yes, you are trading only after the market retests from the other side and gives you a counter trend line break and the next two lower lows, lower highs, or higher highs, higher lows. Make sense? Can you understand this, everybody? Is it too difficult to understand how the charts work? How the market works? One more time, right? We don't see the future. And so the market is going to approach a pivot point, is going to retest, is going to react, is going to break through, is going to retest, and then on the next counter trend line break, you know, we would enter. So this is theory, right? This is theory. And this is the live market. Just give me a second, everybody. So let me see, pushing. Okay, now pushing lower, lower, lower. Okay, everybody, so we would not enter here. This is not a trade that we are going to take. Why not? We are near the pivot point. Okay, what happened next? The market broke through the pivot point. Give me a second. Broke through, retest once, where we don't have lower lows, lower highs. It retested twice, lower lows, lower highs. So this in here, green arrow pointing at, this is the entry. Green arrow. Violet arrow maybe. Okay, violet arrow, this is the entry. So after the pivot point, we need another confirmation of the trend. Yes. Okay. Counter trend line break, it's not enough, everybody. You need to see the change in the short-term trend. Make sense, everybody? Is this too difficult? Can you do this, everybody? Or do you think it's something that you can do? Don't enter near the pivot points. Wait for the breakthrough, wait for the retest, and once the market breaks the counter trend line and it gives you lower lows, lower highs, then it's the time to enter. Is this only on 2-hour daily? True. Great question, everybody. You can use those concepts on all the time frames: 1 hour, 2 hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, daily, whatever. Okay, everybody? Okay, it's Friday, right? Enough for today. Quickly, next level number 4. 1, 2, 3, we talked about this. Next level number 4. If you want to get funded and trade for a regulated asset manager, everybody, ask for Incubation, where you will receive up to 70% of profit share on our funds. No tricks, no hidden costs, no testing phases. Show us that you are a good trader and you can build a career with us. It's called Fxpassion Traders incubation program, you know, and talking about the levels, you know, private classes, coaching, and so on. The bottom line is this: if your way is not working, why don't you try ours? That being said, everybody, I'm not going to say trade with passion, but until Tuesday, and relax with passion. This is Fxpassion signing off. Happy weekend, everybody. See you back on Tuesday.